Hey, keep it going for yourselves. I'm Greg Johnson. Very happy to have this next guy here at Splitty. I love him. He used to live in Chicago, but Brooklyn's got him now. He moved to Brooklyn. Please get a good round of applause going. He's featured in the New York Times. He hosts every Sunday at Brooklyn's Knitting Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep it going. The very funny Will Miles is here. Will,
Brooklyn, Vietnam. How dope is this ring? Make some noise. Yeah. I got this ring at a boutique shop in Brooklyn called Urban Outfitters. I'm excited about it. I like it here. Everybody else lives in Brooklyn, right? Yeah. You're from Cleveland, right? Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to Ohio. I've ran through a lot of women there. I don't know, why not say it, right? That's what I do in my act every day. Why not say it? I like Brooklyn. I live in Bushwick right now. Bushwick is fun. I'm moving to Fort Greene, or I guess it's Borum Hill. I just wanted to be closer to where Jay-Z used to sell drugs. That's why I'm moving there. But right now I live in Bushwick. It's kind of dope. It's great. I like it. It's like half gentrified, and so am I, so like we get each other. It's kind of cool to walk outside of my house and just see all the gentrification process right outside my window. It's great. I walked out the other day. I saw two dudes in a fist fight. They may or may not have been Puerto Rican. They were Puerto Rican. And they were fighting. And they had no shirts on, and it was like 45 degrees, and they had tats everywhere. It was a great fight. I walked out. I saw that. I was like, holy shit, this is an awesome fight. Then I walked like a half a block the other way, and it had probably the best brunch I've ever had in my entire life. And that's Brooklyn gentrification to me. It's just great Puerto Rican fights and delicious lobster egg brunch. It's amazing. Have you ever had Benedict with lobster? Never mind. I digress. Anyway. Also, I saw another thing you don't get to see too often back home in Chicago. I saw a man argue with a policeman. It's very cool to see, because you don't get to see that at home because, people die. So it's cool to just watch it out here. And the guy, he started with the cop by saying, "Fuck you." And I was walking by at the time with headphones on, and I heard a man yell to a cop, "Fuck you." And I was like, oh, wait, what's going on here? Let me go listen in real quick to see what's happening. What's the haps? And he kept going. He was like, "Hey, fuck you, dog. Fuck you. You think I don't know the law? You think I don't know the law? I know the law. If you walk across this street, I'll fuck you up." Said that to a cop. And I don't think that dude knew the law at all. Like even a little bit. I'm pretty sure I would have heard about that if that was a thing. Will, did you rob that bank? Yeah, it's fine. I crossed the street. I got this. I know the law. Leave me be. It's fun. I like the law too. It's great. I don't follow it too often. I smoke weed every day. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, a little too engaged back there. A little too much woo. It's great. It actually ends a lot of my relationships in life. So it's not good for that reason. Like me and this girl broke up last year before I moved here. Well, I say we broke up. She says she moved to San Francisco and we never actually dated, but she doesn't know what she's talking about. So we broke up, and she used to get mad at me because I have this ritual I do every day where I like to smoke a joint and go to the bank. It's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe you don't do it, but pick it up. If you don't have a habit, pick up the habit of smoking weed and going to the bank. Children out there in the world. I'm a teacher. It's kind of true. But I used to do it all the time. It's my favorite thing to do. She would get mad at me because, I would smoke a joint, go to Bank of America. She would get mad because I don't belong to Bank of America at all. I just go there for the coffee and the conversation. Some nice people there in the security department. I like talking to Steve every now and then. Leave me alone, lady. And it's weird. I enjoy doing that every day. I would go to and get some coffee and put a little French vanilla in because I'm a little bit bougie. One time I was doing it though, and this little girl walks in. I think she was 12, but I don't know little girls' ages, happily. So I'm not quite sure what age she was, but she was short and she was a lot younger, it appeared. But she walked in on her scooter. That also made her look young. And she like had a scooter next to her, walks right up to me, and then just starts pointing at me like this, like, oh, this dude right here. And I was like, what's going on? Why are you in here? You don't have a job. Leave now. And then she kept going. She was like, this dude got a little ass head and a fat ass body. And then she just scooted her way out of the bank like nothing was happening. And I was like, that's weird. She's kind of an evil person, and I tried to kick her. But it was weird for a lot of reasons. One reason it was weird, there was nobody else in the bank, and she said this dude like she was about to high-five a buddy of hers. But it was like, who are you high-fiving? You have no other friends here. I was like, maybe she's young enough to still have an imaginary friend, and yet old enough to be able to accurately describe my body type. Like, she was right, I just wasn't ready to hear it. It was a little too early for me at the time. A lot of times adults do the same thing. They describe you in the same way, but they cover it up with like a cooler way to say it, or like a different type of way to say it. Like a lot of times adults will look at me and be like, hey, Will, has anyone ever told you you look a lot like Forest Whitaker, man? Which is not cool at all. That's actually the worst thing you can say to a human being. Because at first you're like, oh, Forest Whitaker, great actor, that's awesome, I look like a famous actor. And then you remember that he is the ugliest actor in the world. And that is a non-compliment in the highest form. If you don't think I look like him now, I did lose a little bit of weight. I changed my hair around, and I fixed my eye. So things have been going a lot different for me since then. I'm on a lot more dates. I did go on one blind date. That was not so good. It was actually pretty horrible. A drunk girl set it up. A drunk friend of mine, who happened to be a female, set it up, and I could tell she was drunk immediately because she saw me in a bar, and she was like, Will! And I was like, that Will was way too long. Slow down, what's going on? She was like, Will, I got the perfect girl for you to meet. She's beautiful and attractive. And I was like, those are the same thing. So she must look really good, I guess, huh? And then that's where it got weird, when I could tell she was super drunk because she was telling me things that she should have never told me. Because then she just looks at me and goes, yeah, you're going to love her. A couple times she shit her pants. I was like, wait, what? Why would that be important in the setup process? And she was like, yeah, and she said sex with like 2-3 cab drivers, but it was only to pay for the fare home. You were going to love her. And I was like, stop trying to sell me on this girl. I already said yes. Just give me a yellow car and some diapers and let's do this shit. I'm more than ready. I went on the date, why not? Within the first 20 minutes of the date, the girl told me the reason that she shit her pants that night was because she did too much cocaine. And I never asked about it at all. I was like, why did you just confirm that rumor about you shitting your pants? I never needed to know that was true. Now we're definitely not going to dinner, which was going to be Taco Bell. It's out of the question at this point. Can't do it. I did have to lie to a girl once. This is going to get a little edgy. I'm just kidding. Little edgy is my cousin, please. But I am part Native American, but so is every other black person. No, I did. I lied to a girl. I didn't mean to, but I felt like I had to. It was 2 a.m. Things were going really smooth, and it was 2 a.m. We had a drinks and Molly, so it was like a full date. And we're hanging out at the bar, and somebody comes in the bar and they kind of smell like weed. Usual thing. It happened here earlier with me and somebody back there. By the way, I do smoke, and I'm outside later. But they walked in smelling like weed, and this girl just looks at me, and she goes, ugh, you smell that? And I was like, yeah. She was like, ugh, I hate weed. And I was like, yeah. Me too. Hate the stuff. Wouldn't even know what strain that was. Definitely not sour diesel. But I lied to her. I didn't want to lie. I felt like I had to at the moment. I was doing too well. I didn't want to fuck it up. And I lied to her about that, and I also lied to her for 2 weeks. She believed I never smoked weed or said the N-word. And if you know me, those are like two of my favorite things to do. I actually wake up every morning and look in the mirror and go, all right, nigga, let's do this. Let's start this day. It's a very fun way to start your day. Try it out when, no black people are around. When you're in the mirror, just have some fun with it. Say it in different ways. Use the hard R. I am in love now. I have a girlfriend. We've been together for like a year or whatever. My Facebook profile reads. But it's been great. It's fun. A lot of people, you ask around about love before you actually fall in love, and you try to figure out like ways to do it, and there's all these books and magazines about it. All of it's bullshit. Because I asked one friend like how he fell in love with his wife, and he was like, oh man, I met my wife at a church singles night. And I heard that and I was like, damn it, I'm never gonna fall in love. I'm screwed, I don't go to church or singles nights. I'm ruined. I actually know I was in love in a different way. We were very stoned one night. That's it. Wouldn't it be cool if that was it? That's not it. We had weed popcorn, and weed popcorn is delicious and effective, so it's a little too much. And we had a lot, and we were crying in the bathroom is what I'm trying to get at. A lot of tears in the bathroom. So much fun. Gotta love weed popcorn. So we're hanging out in there in between the weeping. I knew it was love because I looked at her and I was like, hey, Julia, wouldn't it be kind of cool if my name was Thad? It's like a regular high thing to say. And then she looked at me and she was like, I was just thinking the same thing. And I was like, all right, this is love. I get it now. Totally understand it. I'm a big fan. I do go out on a lot of roles. I'll leave you with this. I am trying to act now. I'm doing a lot more acting. It's fun. And when I say that, I mean I go out for roles, but I land none of them. But it's a lot of commercial acting where I go in and they'll have me do like a line. And based on my look, I'm sure you can tell that I'm going out for a lot of roles that involve me being the black dude in commercials with this kind of hair, which is all of the commercials that you see on TV, like whether it's the dude behind the counter at McDonald's or the dude pushing the Staples cart. He has this hair and is this complexion. So I go out for those roles all the time, and a lot of times you walk in and it's just one line where you go in and they'll be like, Will, do your line. And you go, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and then like, all right, cool. But sometimes you go in and they ask you to not say a word at all. Like one time I went in and the lady looks at me and she goes, Will, all right, can you show us how you smile? And what I do when they ask that is I just go. Because I don't know what part they want me for, but I want the part of like a 3-year-old white girl. Because she gets a lot of roles too, and I want some of her jobs as well. I did go on the worst audition ever not long ago. It was really sad. It was an audition to be the voiceover of a ghetto squirrel. And it was as bad as it sounds because I looked at the script and it was like, man, these nuts is crazy. I was like, all right. So, all right, I got this. I'll land this shit real quick and get famous. And I looked further and it said the weirdest thing. It said, what we're looking for is somebody like the zebra from Madagascar or the donkey from Shrek. It's Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, weird way to describe a voice. Not even the weirdest part. The weirdest part, the next line just said, this squirrel didn't go to college. What the fuck? First of all, no squirrel went to college. That'd be pretty amazing. I would love that squirrel. All right, you guys have been fun. Thanks. I'm Lil Mouse. Peace.